the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, May the 12th. We've got great playoff action coming your way today in the NBA and NHL. Just one game today in the NBA, but we'll make do with two in the NHL and Major League Baseball today, and three in the WNBA to preview here as we get ready for a pretty great day. Hope you're having a great one and ready to preview the games with you here on the Morning Steam Show. Thanks for joining me here. And we'll look at some of the action from last night and last night's finals here. And Lakers have to contemplate their future, but start here first with Cleveland here. We saw last night. Hey, they're watching the game there with the guys. They were hanging out at Razor's Place last night. Hope you're able to join us on the show here yesterday with the live companion stream coverage the guys put together there. And hate to interrupt them on having so much fun and have to give us some attention, but it was pretty fun to watch the guys here with the action last night. As we saw in the NBA, it was the Cavaliers taking care of business there over the Detroit Pistons. They were able to cover the spread there in and over yesterday as Cleveland got that victory, 112-103, key win there for Cleveland to pick it up at home. Donovan Mitchell erupted for an NBA record 39 points in the second half, tied the NBA record, actually finished with 43 points overall. The Cavs reeled off a 24-0 spurt to destroy the Pistons actually there in the second half. So win there yesterday for Cleveland to even things up there in the series. And it was also, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder jumped out to that lead. The third quarter went on for the victory, 115-110 over the Lakers, their seventh straight win over LA. Thunder led 66-54 in the third and went on to defeat the Lakers and win the series, and they'll get a little bit of rest time to wait for their opponent, whether it'll be of course, Minnesota or San Antonio, as they'll play that one out. So also the Knicks are resting too. So got the Thunder already into the conference finals. You've got the Knicks already into the conference finals. And maybe we'll learn a little bit more tonight we find the Minnesota and San Antonio in that key game 5. We'll preview it here on the show. Also, it was in the NHL. What a game last night. So Colorado Avalanche able to put it down and take it down over Minnesota 5-2. We did have the Avalanche here on the show yesterday, didn't we? For a win there, minus $1.30. In that one, I didn't mention we lost the game. Well, lost the picks there in the basketball game with I had both games under yesterday. So, but hey, took care of it in hockey with Colorado getting that victory on the road. That was our winner here on the show yesterday. Avs erupted for 4 goals in the final period to take that one down by the score of 5-2. They now lead the series 3-1, leaving the home fans in St. Paul disappointed and walking towards the exits before the game was even over, as Colorado gets a key road win to notch their way closer to a conference finals berth. All right, let's see who's here in the chat, who's joining me here today on the show. Let's get ready to preview some of the action. I want to say hello to Bobby Mack joining us today. Steve Leptarian as well is here. And also Ron Borquin joins us today. JP is here in the chat as well. And F12 Ghost TV. Let's go. Let's win. All right. Pops is here as well. Pops, great job with Pops and the crew last night with the show there. I think it ended. I don't know if the guys, they didn't stay all the way through. I know I was watching. I don't know what time they signed off actually, but I don't think they made it all the way through the late game there last night with the Lakers and the Thunder. They're having too much fun. They don't need to worry about us. Just enjoy yourselves, guys, and hanging out. I do think they have some more programming scheduled for us. Not sure what the itinerary suggests. We'll also have later today, I think we're going to have VB MMA picks, trying to hook up with the guest here. We haven't quite hooked up with our special guest here this week. Hopefully we can get that sealed up and ready to go here today with the preview for this week's fight between Arnold Allen and Mel Costa. This week we're back at the Apex here on Saturday. All right, and it's also a major championship week in golf this week with PGA, so should be a good week in golf as well. All right. And let's see, Terrell. He wants to head out to the W as well. All right. Thanks, everybody. Let's keep it rolling here right now. Let me just take a brief look at Major League Baseball from yesterday. Wasn't a whole lot going on with our 6 games. We did have half a card there a little bit, or 6 games anyway. And take a look at some of those results here right now on the Major League scoreboard. From Monday, as it was, the Orioles. Hey, we had them yesterday on the run line, huh? Over the Yankees. Cody Mayo, 3-run home run. Ryan Weathers was throwing a no-hitter through 6 innings, and the Yankees still lost to the Orioles. We had it. We took the Orioles. Should have taken them on the run line. What am I doing? Just have some guts. Take them. Orioles win it 3-2 there in that one. Also, Tampa wins over Toronto. John Aranda, 3 home run, 3 RBIs. The Rays win again. We had them here on the show for a winner on the morning steam, as Tampa, man, just continues to roll right now. What a story they are at this point. It's hard to not go with them every game here at this point. We also had the Astros. We had the Astros. The Mariners won the game 3-1, but I did have a premium pick winner on the under in that one with a sports money premium there, as the Mariners were able to get the win 3-1, but our premium pick there was on the under with that game between Kirby and Lambert. And also last night, it was the Arizona and Texas. Michael Soroka, 6 shutout innings, as Arizona was able to get that win there yesterday over the Texas Rangers there in that one. Rangers had a late pitching change in that one. Still went under, of course, with those 2 teams, but the Rangers had to scratch Eovaldi and ended up with Jake Junis there as a starter late switch there with the pitching change. Okay, also one other one here. Let's see. Angels and Guardians. It was the Guardians getting the win 7-2 in that one. 7 runs off of the Angels relievers. They were in a bullpen game, and they were no match for Cantillo yesterday as the Guardians cruised. Make sure you're checking me out every day over at the Cover the Spread channel that I'm on, running a show every day with some of my top picks over there. Check it out, Cover the Spread on YouTube. All right, and one more. What was it? Oh, the Giants and the Dodgers. It was the Giants beat up the Dodgers 9-3 in that one, man. Dodgers get, I don't know if it was a big surprise. Sasaki wasn't very good, but we didn't have it. We had the under. So Giants stunned the Dodgers there with a road victory there in that one. It was 4-3. Giants led, and then an RBI double scored a couple of runs and take a 6-3 lead in that one, and the Giants went on for the victory, tacked on 3 more late with some insurance runs. The Giants snapped their 7-game losing streak. Dodgers have lost 3 in a row at home here right now and trail the Padres by a half a game. Diamondbacks are 4 back in the division. Giants 7.5 back, and the Rockies are 8.5 back now. So Giants are trying to get back involved in the race. We'll see. We'll see about that. All right, and that might be it from the major leagues here, or maybe from the news anyway. Let me know what you're thinking here as we get ready for the action on Tuesday. All right, I think I'm ready to go here right now. Let's get to it. Okay, there we go. All right, also, who's here? Andrew K. as well, ready to join the chat all-stars and get ready for our show. I guess no time to waste. Let's get a move on here and check out the action tonight with our first game in the I'm sorry. Hey, if you want to get more picks from me every day, go over to winnable.com/Ramon. I've got more picks for you here. And we have some overnight picks going on here right now. We've already cashed with the sports money premiums here this morning, as I was able to go with Rafael Jodar, the Spaniard. Man, he's having a good tournament in Rome this week. Jodar destroyed Lerner Tien, and we had a minus 4.5 games. He got it done there in that one just a short time ago. He's also saw Kachanov advance, and Casper Ruud destroyed Musetti this morning. Over on the ladies' side, Sorana Kirstia with the win over Ostapenko. Also, that was, I believe that was our, make sure I got it right. I'm pretty sure that was our winner here anyway this morning on the ladies' side. Yeah, yes, indeed it was. Kirstia minus 2.5. So we've already brought home a couple premium winners. Make sure you're joining me over there at winnable.com. You'd be 2-0 in tennis here today. I got one more up right now in a match that's just about to start. So check it out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Pick up those premium picks from tennis from me. So I got off to a good start here today. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages here at winnable.com/Ramon. And also when you subscribe, I do have my Cover the Spread show comes across on the free picks over there as well. All right. Just going to move on here with the show. Thank you for listening to that. And Woke's Joke joins us here today as well. He's ready to go with the Sabres in Montreal. Then I will preview it momentarily here. All right. Let's go to the NBA tonight. Take a look at our one game here tonight with the Timberwolves on the road, taking on the Spurs here in this one. Spurs favored by 10.5. Oops, the right. Put yesterday aside. Get ready to go here, right? With the Spurs favored by 10.5 total 10.5. Fix what's going on here. Total here is now at, I should note, there's been kind of a move going on for sure here in this game. There was some widely reported steam that did come in on the opener. Right now, mostly like 218.5, I'd say, on the total here. Opener was closer to 216.5, 217 or so, I think. So get your opinion here on this one and get your picks. Here we go. And I'll get my notes going here and get ready for the action here in the NBA key game number 5 between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs. You know, a lot of talk. I don't know what the talk was all about. Suspending Wemby for that. It was a foul. It was a foul. It was a foul that got him ejected. No doubt about it. I don't think it was worthy of a suspension or anything. I don't know what everybody's all hot and bothered about with that here, but Minnesota is still getting 10.5 points. You know, and remember they played pretty well against the Spurs over the last season and a half for sure, winning several games now. Yeah, the momentum's probably shifted. The tide shifted a little bit. San Antonio's so good right now, and still though only able to get 2 of these playoff wins here so far. Minnesota has one on San Antonio's home court and vice versa as well. As Minnesota won the first game, of course, San Antonio ended up blasting them in the second game at home, and then went on the road to win at Minnesota, but Minnesota was able to get the win last time out as a 5.5-point underdog. So Timberwolves have covered 8 of their last 12 games overall, and showed in Game 4 I think they can play physical and play good defense against the Spurs. Yeah, Wemby got ejected, and that played a big factor in the game last time out. Anthony Edwards, though, he's healthy here. There's no doubt about that. That's key. He's definitely been hit with a little bit of injury with that sprained ankle and others. So, but now he's back to playing at world-class level, it feels like right now. De'Aaron Fox, questionable for San Antonio coming in. Naz Reid, he's the one that got hit in the neck by that. In fact, we're not, you look at that, flagrant foul. I mean, if Reid would have been hit in the chest, it might not have been as flagrant, if you will, as it was, or talked about as it was. But later on, Reid also twisted his ankle in the game and had to leave there for a short time, but he played a critical role in the front court production there for Minnesota. Kept them competitive, even when their offense kind of bogs down a little bit. Spurs have been dominant at home, but they're only 6-8 against the spread as a home double-digit favorite, actually. This number could be a little bit extra tax, favored by 10.5, but here Minnesota's done a pretty good job. They're healthy here all of a sudden. The line moving higher, and I don't know if it should be 10.5 points, but now usually these second-round follow-up games after playoff games with competitive results, especially games by 10 points or fewer, have leaned heavily towards the under in the postseason over the last several years. San Antonio's gone under in 4 of its last 5 games at home here, while Minnesota's road playoff efficiency has dipped in the postseason. Playing a quality opponent each time. I think the Wolves are averaging 104.3 points per 100 possessions on the road in the postseason. San Antonio's defense at home has been pretty good here. Let's see what you guys have in this one between the Spurs and the Timberwolves. Let's go to the chat, shall we, and see what you guys have here in this one. Got some good opinions coming in here. Robert has started. Let's see here. Razor's up and at him here, man. Razor, they said Razor went to bed early. I don't know. Maybe he had to get up to study the trends. Minnesota 7-33 in last 40 against San Antonio. That is a long-term, that reflective of that long-term. That does not make sense, right? Is that true, Razor? I mean, geez, saying that Minnesota's won 7 of the games here. They must have had a streak of 0-20. I think that would mean something like that. Because remember, it was just a short time ago that Minnesota had kind of been the dominant team in this series of late. Ron Borkwin says 10.5, just too many points. Take the Wolves. See, there it is. Minnesota's 7-3 in its last 10 games. So that would have been 30 losses. I don't know about that. On the road, though. Man, but still, that would have to be 15 consecutive losses. Man, oh my God. Well, it is a long-term trend. All right, Minnesota here for Robert. Minnesota, Razor says, is 10-4 against the spread, against conference competition. Andrew says, we had the Avalanche there yesterday. Great job, Andrew. San Antonio's won 15 of their last 20 as a favorite. Of course, let's see here. Dylon's in the chat today. Good to see Dylon here. Farley says, take the Wolves in this one. Steve says, San Antonio, Minnesota to go under here tonight. And Terrell says, Minnesota will cover this. People overlook that the Wolves have the playoff experience. And Minnesota, and for San Antonio, this is kind of new territory for them. Nine Legacy says the Spurs will win. Timberwolves will cover. That's a lot of points to give old Ant Edwards here in this one. All right. Yeah, I agree with that. Nate's here. He likes the Spurs in the second quarter today, says Nasty Nate. All right, from the crew, thanks a lot, you guys. And man, this one, I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna play a two-team teaser. I think today I'm gonna take Minnesota. I'm gonna go a little off the board here. I'm gonna take Minnesota plus. I'm gonna take a 5-point teaser tonight. I'm gonna take Minnesota plus 15.5, and I'm gonna go under 223.5. I'm gonna go a little bit off the board here and play a two-team teaser. We got one game here tonight, and I do fancy Minnesota's chances here, but I'm just going to massage it a little bit. And I'm going to tease the game here, a rare basketball teaser for me in this one tonight. So Nine Legacy says if the spread does not drop below 10 by game time, he's taking the Spurs. All right, yeah, I'm going to go a little bit off the board there and tease it. A little 5-point teaser in the NBA. Haven't done that here, but for me, I do think that Minnesota will hang. I'm a little concerned that if they do fall behind here, it could end up being close to double-digit team right about there. Andrew does like the Timberwolves. Says they got a nice ball club here, and that's a fact. I mean, Dosunmu obviously had another strong game there last time. This guy's really done a nice job for Minnesota. So, all right, should be a good one tonight. Our only game here on Tuesday night. Ron's okay with a teaser. Hey, you know what? I'm going a little. No one says tease basketball, but I want to bet this game, and I'm not totally thrilled, but I'm going to take some little something here. All right, let's go to the National Hockey League tonight. We got a couple of games here.
Final.
All right, here we go. All right, Buffalo Sabres taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Game number 4 here in Montreal right now. Montreal favored $1.40. Total, is it really 6.5 right now and under? It can't be 6.5. Well, maybe there is some 6.5 under 25s in this one. I'd rather call it 6 over, actually. I don't know. It seems like the 6 over is a more popular total right now. Let's go with that 6 over 25 here in this one and see what you guys have with the Sabres and Canadiens in a crucial game number 4 tonight at the Bell Center in Montreal. Let's see how you guys have this one tonight. The Canadiens here, tricky in the playoffs. Montreal's in that 140 range. I mean, this isn't always a profitable long-term investment when you get these favorites in the NHL playoffs, basically between 130 and 150. Usually the teams that are better than that get a higher line. They're actually stronger and win more frequently. And then the dogs here, when the games are closer, kind of keep it in. This is always the trickiest range here. But Sabres are 5-1 overall in their last 6 games, and they, trailing this series here, key. They really got to get, if they can, prevent Montreal from getting that 3-1 lead right now. Montreal's controlled much of the series, it feels like, with that strong defensive structure. Buffalo still just 3-8 in their last 11 games against the Canadiens overall, including 1-4 in their last 5 at the Bell Center. That's difficult to dismiss here, despite the fact that the Sabres are having an incredible campaign right now. So see what you think here in this one with Buffalo and Montreal. Maybe the under could be an angle here. Montreal's gone under in 6 of its last 9 in this one, and we're getting down to the nitty gritty here a little bit in game number 4. I'd have to think it's going to tighten up here in this one. And yeah, I did move that total there to the 6 right now, but I'm going to take Montreal here in this one, gang. Give me the Canadiens here. Love what Buffalo's been doing. Price is a little bit high, I think, for me on Montreal, but I'm going to do it. I'm taking the Canadiens here tonight, minus $1.40. That spread has kind of gone up a little bit here, actually, from $1.25 or $1.30. But seeing mostly $1.35 and $1.40 right now. So give me the Habs here in this one. I'm going to take Montreal. Let's go to the chat and see what you've got to say. And Here we go. Good morning to Blake. Good to see Blake out there for League of Flyers going with the Sabres in this one. Robert's on Montreal here. So is Blake. Barley's on the Sabres. So look, as close maybe as the chat says here. We'll see what happens in game number 4 here tonight. Nine Legacy's going to take the Habs on the run line. And says that things are getting exciting here in Montreal. Man, could we go back and finally get Montreal having a great year here? All right. And getting some confirmation right now. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, let's move to the next one here right now and take a look. Ducks and Golden Knights in the late one here with Golden Knights $1.55 here in this one. Total 6 over 20 with Dostal and Hart. Game number 5, crucial game 5 here in Las Vegas tonight. We'll see what happens here when Vegas comes back home. But, pretty expensive here, $1.60, no doubt about it. Ducks have played pretty well here in this series. They've stolen one. Each team's won here on their opponent's home ice once. Of course, last game it was 4-3 there in favor of the Ducks. Remember, Ducks have actually won most of the games here this season between the two. What is it, 5-2 here right now? Coming in, so Ducks have done a nice job. Of course, Golden Knights won game number 3, 6-2 at Anaheim, and first 2 games were 3-1. Both teams won 3-1 here in games 1 and 2. So see what you guys think here in this one between the Ducks and Golden Knights here tonight in Vegas. Game number 5, crucial game 5 here. Situational trends are kind of going in opposite directions here. I think Vegas has maybe the superior veteran roster and maybe the stronger scoring differential, but Anaheim, they've definitely been a team that has played well offensively here, skating well as well, able to pick up some of these wins over Vegas. Makes it feel like an even series here. Knights are 13-5 in their last 18 games overall, 7-2 at home, but Anaheim has consistently played Vegas tough, winning 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two, and I think the 2-2 is a pressure point here. I think this line's a little bit too high. It feels like the line is too high. It feels like here in this one. So we'll see what you think. Go to the chat. Maybe a little bit. Anaheim, was able to get that win at home here. Maybe the total could be a way to go. 6 of Anaheim's last 7 road games in Vegas here have gone under, but man, I think the offense comes tonight. I think the trends probably say under. 6 of Vegas's last 7 home playoff games against Anaheim have stayed under, actually. Let's see what you guys think here. I mean, stylistically, this has been a much tighter checking series, and I think the projections kind of indicate here, but I think this one might change. I think it could change here actually tonight. I think I'm going to go over. I want to take Anaheim bad. I want to take Anaheim in this game. I really do. But I'm going to take the over here. I think that'll be my play tonight. I think this one a prime candidate for a 3-3 eventually. I know a lot of the talking heads are talking about it. This one going back to the under here a little bit. Game 5 playoff hockey between evenly matched teams. We've seen it since this format in the Pacific Division. It does slow down at this point too. I mean, usually you do have offensive teams in the Pacific, and then it kind of grinds to a halt. So Anaheim probably has to be the value side here at this with the series price. Even the price is generous, man. Vegas has to be considered kind of a shaky favorite to be anything over $1.50. It feels like here in this one. Man, I'm just trying to talk myself into Anaheim here. Give me the over tonight. I think they've got a live shot here. Probably should take them at least on the puck line, but the price is really high at minus $2, so probably can't do that. I'll probably find my way to a bet here on Anaheim. It feels like tonight. Give me the over here. I think we get a little bit of fireworks with the game tonight. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. Hope I'm feeling confident here on it. Too much juice, Ron, right? I mean, um, I just can't get to the Knights here at this price in this series right now. Farley's on the over. Nine Legacy does like the Anaheim here. And also Dylan says, Dylon says, Ducks fly together. And Robert's on the Ducks here. Dylon says, bet the Ducks live. So obviously a lot of support in the chat for the Ducks here as well in this one. So, all right, I'll go with the over here, but I'm going to want to bet the side eventually. I don't know if I'm going to make a public play on it. In the playoffs, I'm usually somewhere out there with a public play, but just let me get the over here in this one tonight. Maybe on my heart. And again, I do have the Knights in a futures bet to win the Western Conference and the Stanley Cup. By now, it's not really a great price, but I bet it before the season. So, Razor's got some notes for us here. Anaheim 5-16 at Vegas here, but hey, what can we say? They've already won here once in this series at Vegas. They've obviously won once on the road here in the regular season as well this year. This is a different Anaheim team. All right, and Andrew going over for $50 million. All right, yeah, I'm going to go over. Razor says it's gone under in 9 of the last 12 games here at home against Anaheim. And, hey, playoff tempo, maybe that should be the case. But I'm going to go over tonight. I've got to get Anaheim to 3 goals. Like I said, I'm thinking it's going to be 3-3 when it comes down that dial. It says throw the stats out the window when these two teams play. And he does like he likes what he sees with the Ducks here this season. All right, might be it for the crew, and I think that's it for the hockey. All right, we're going to go to Major League Baseball, I guess. We get back to action here with a full card tonight. Let's get it started here. Uh-oh. All right, ready to go here. Let's go to the major leagues. And we've got the Angels taking on the Guardians here in this one, with the Guardians $1.35 total, 8.5 over 15. Walbert Urania goes for the Angels, 3.22 ERA and a 1-3 record. Slade Ciccone, 6.14 ERA, 2-4 records. Ciccone has been kind of a dumpster here a little bit, but Angels have been worse. I mean, the Angels on the road here, Urania's been okay, but this Angel team, they're starting to really, like I said, I think I got them ranked last here in the major leagues right now. They did pull off a victory here a couple of nights ago, beating Toronto to wrap up that series and grab one, but came right in here and got dumped last night by the Guardians here, 7-2. So it really wasn't close. Like I said, it was kind of a bullpen game for the Angels, and once the bullpen got in there, it was pretty much going to be over. So let me hear from you in the chat, see if you think, I don't know, can the Angels get something done here on the road? I don't know if they can, but maybe the price is okay here for Cleveland at $1.35. It does feel like Cleveland is much better than the Angels, even at 22-21. Angels sitting here right now at 18-26 here currently. I know Ciccone doesn't seem like a great option here, but Angels bullpen has a 5.45 ERA. Cleveland's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. I think, the Angels are 1-9 in their last 10 games on the road. Cleveland has dominated this matchup when they have been at home against the Angels in the past. Pretty good numbers overall. against them here. I think it might maybe get Razor to tell us, because I think it's 3-9 in their last 12 games against Cleveland, and Cleveland's won 17 of the last 20 games at home against the Angels here. So it's always been a problem for the Angels coming in here to Cleveland. So probably going to take the Guardians here as a pre-play. Yeah, they're probably, Saccone should improve on these numbers right now. And well, maybe Urania's got a little something better than him. Let's see if the chat has anything here in this one. We've got Andrew K. He won with the Yankees' first 5, even though the Orioles came back last night. You know what? You can't say it like, hey, it's just a pre-pick. Just throw out the Orioles and give it on the money line. Probably could do that, but I couldn't do it. I bet them on the run line just because we saw the Yankees with that dominating series last time out. All right, Robert on the Guardians here. Farley's on Cleveland money line. Andrew K says maybe under here in this. Oh boy, I don't know, Andrew. Maybe, but Guardians money line for Blake. And let's see here also. Razor said Cleveland. Oh my gosh, it's even higher than that. 28-4 in the last 32 there against them. Wow, man, what a dominating series between these two. From there, that means I don't know why my records don't go back that far. Wow, how do we not take Cleveland here? Push the chips to the middle. Guardians run line here for 9 Legacy. I'll take them now. Jeez, give me Cleveland. Next up, the Yankees are on the road here, taking on the Orioles with Will Warren. Warren 3.45 ERA and a 4-1 record coming in. The Yankees have lost 4 straight. Orioles have won 2 in a row. Trevor Rogers, I believe, gets the start here. I think he needs to be activated. He was on the injury list with an illness, so some of the books may not have it quite listed here yet. It might be Will Warren and undecided currently, but about $1.60, even $1.70 here for the Yankees here coming in. So look, I mean, I was on the Orioles yesterday, but I might be back to the Yankees tonight, if you know what I mean, with Warren here. Trevor Rogers, a 4.74 ERA, 2-3 record. Should he get the start? I do believe he is targeted for the start here in this one. For Will Warren, these are decent numbers here. 1.2 WHIP. Coming in a 4-1 record right now. Remember, we did see the Yankees win that series, outscoring the Orioles 39-10 last week. The Orioles got the money there yesterday, and maybe they can again today. I don't know, but the Orioles are still 6-12 as a dog. Still, we're looking at $1.80 here right now. Yankees are 21-18 as a money line favorite, as a run line favorite. Meanwhile, Baltimore 8-10 as a run line dog. So I think we go back to Yankees kind of winning here. Maybe even we got to take them on the run line, of course. Warren striking out 30.5% of the batters right now. Yankees are 9-1 in their last 10 against Baltimore, so I'm going to go ahead and lay the run line here again. Back to the Yankees. I was on the Orioles yesterday, but I'm not going to do it today. Yankees have gone under in 7 straight games on the road. Baltimore's gone under in 5 straight games. Also, the Yankees are 6-15 to the under on the road, although Baltimore is 13-5 to the over as a favorite. Let's go to the chat and see what you have to say in this one. And we've got here. Razor says Baltimore has struggled here against the Yankees, 2-12 in the last 14, and says O's are going over here of late right now. The 15 of their last 21 have gone over. Orioles are 26-16 to the over this season. Farley's got the Orioles here on the run line, though, again. Andrew says, could it go over? 9 Legacies, yes. Yankees run line here. And Andrew said, yep, they got there on that under yesterday in the 3-2 victory there for the Orioles. I'm going back to the Yankees today with Warren. And again, we'll see. I think Rogers, pretty sure Rogers is the man to get activated here and be the starting pitcher. Okay, the Rockies are on the road. Uh-oh, it's Paul Skeens Day, and he's 350. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's going to make life difficult here in this one. Okay, well, man, Rockies here, Pirates here. But the run line's not awful. I mean, for I don't know. I mean, maybe it's scary to take the run line because Pirates here, but I'm still on some books. For the first time this season, is offering 2.5 as the main line. Pirates minus 2.5 and plus 105. You don't see that too. You can get a 2.5 line at a lot of shops using that alternate line, but this one looks pretty lopsided. Michael Lorenzen here, 6.92 ERA and a 2-4 record with a 1.9 WHIP. For Paul Skeens, 2.35 ERA, a 5-2 record, and a impossible 0.71 whip. I mean, this guy is continuing to almost improve here in his career. 5-2 record, like I said here, 4 schemes coming in, but man, that line, it's pretty expensive even for a Pirates team. But the Rockies, yeah, they did win a couple of games there over the weekend there a little bit. They were able to beat the Mets and Philly last, I think it was Thursday and Friday, but back to the losing ways there in the Philadelphia series over the last 2 games. Rockies have lost 8 of 10 coming in. Rockies are 22-19 as a run line underdog. However, they're just 2-8 on the run line in their last 10. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, 13-9 as a run line favorite here, but this is a pretty tough price to want to lay. Pittsburgh, 13-7 to the over at home so far this season. Colorado, 19-22 to the under as a dog coming in. So Skeens versus Lorenzen here is biggest gap between starting pitchers here on the board today. Colorado's road profile continues to get worse. Colorado surely will struggle, I would think, against Skeens. What's the weather like here? Will Lorenzen get beat up here? I do want to see a little bit of the weather here. So I might just have to go to a total. I mean, look, I want to lay Pittsburgh here probably, but even the run line here is a little bit dicey, huh? Let me go to the chat. That's what I should do. See what you guys have to say in this one. All right, here we go. Ron's right, 310. What is it? September here, and Nine Legacy is going to take the Rockies there. I'm sorry, he's going to take the Pirates there, minus 2.5. And Farley says, take the Pirates 4-3 here, 15-1. And Hot Shot ready for some Taco Tuesday. All right, I'm down. Let's get some tacos going. Andrew K here, Pirates and under. Anderson 1-0 Buccos. Good morning to M the Great. Pfeffator always stopping by to join us. Thank you, Pfeffator. And under, how about Pittsburgh wins 3-1? All right. Okay. Probably. Let me take a look here. Too easy to go. I mean, this Pittsburgh 1.5 has just gotten a little bit out of control. It seems like here right now. I'm going to take the over in this one with Colorado and Pittsburgh. Give me the over tonight. It's currently at 7.5 here right now. Yeah, pretty much 7.5 anywhere. I'm going to go over in this one. All right, let me move on here right now. Blake on the under there. Okay. Oh, whoops. Whoops. All right, Nationals taking on the Reds here. Oh, look at this. Miles Mikolas, 7.44 ERA and a 1-3 record. He's been pretty bad so far this season. Washington here comes in with a 2-game losing streak because they lost that series to Miami 2-1. For Cincinnati here, they've won a couple in a row over Houston. They won the series at home here. You got Brady Singer coming in here with 5.63 ERA and a 2-2 record. These pitchers have some pretty gaudy numbers, that's for sure. You got Cincinnati here, 12-9 at home so far, but Washington's been a good team on the road, 13-9 overall. Cincinnati's 8-4 as a favorite so far this season, but who wants to trust them at minus $1.45 today? Total's 10. But with these starters, it feels like it's not out of the question, right? Let's go over it a little bit here, anyways, with these two clubs. For the Nationals here, Singer, man, those numbers are dangerous. It feels like both with these high ERAs, both bullpens kind of in the bottom half. And, we are in the small park here. Maybe it is a situation where we're supposed to go over in this one with Mikolas and Singer here. Singer should be better than this, it feels like. These two teams have not yet met here this season. Reds have done a okay job at the beginning of the season, but they've given away almost all those wins. They still are 22-19. Washington 19-22 coming into this one, but not really sure I want to be trusting the Reds here at this point. But let's see what you have here with these two in the chat. Okay, over for 50 billion. Andrew says Robert's on the over as well. All right, Farley's on the Nats, 9. Legacy's on the Reds on the run line. All right, I'm in. Give me the over. Give me the over with these two in the small park. Over 10 runs. Phillies on the road here, taking on Boston with two teams have certainly been disappointing here. Phillies with Zach Wheeler, 3.11 ERA and a 1-0 record so far. Brian Bello may be the starter here. He may need an opener. Bello, 7.43 ERA and a 2-4 record. I think Boston may end up with an opener in this game here. I don't know if we know much else with their situation here with the pitching department in this one. Let me just take a peek and see if I can't shore it up a little bit here this morning. Okay. Now I'm gonna say I just don't have it yet if they are gonna come in with an opener here. Bello, though, like I said, 1.93 WHIP as well, gives up 2.2 home runs per 9. Phillies batting 265 or 256 against right-handed starters and a 438 slugging. Boston, meanwhile, just hitting 219 at home and a 323 slugging percentage at home this season. Bello's numbers are even worse at home. Phillies bullpen has performed okay on the road. The Red Sox are 7-12 at home right now with down 8.5 units already this season. So, man, Boston also 4-8 as a dog. Boston's 5-13 to the under at home this season, but Philly is 19-11 to the over as a favorite here. So let's see what you have here in this one. Philly does come in with the only a game and a half better than Boston so far this season, but it does feel like Philly has picked it up here a little bit. Boston still had a few wins here of late as well. They were able to take one from Tampa, but they had that good series against Detroit there, obviously. The chat's coming in with some plays. Let's take a look. Ron says, these are looking tough today. Robert's on the Red Sox here, but Farley says Phillies run line. Nate says, of course, the Red Sox are going to smash in this one. Andrew says, what's wrong with Bello here? He'll take the Bills in this one. And Andrew going to go with the over here. 9 Legacy says Red Sox on the money line. And, with the road favorite here for Wheeler, it's not awful here. I'm going to take Boston on the run line plus 1.5 at minus 135. I'll take Boston on the run line. Man, this shirt is my sports money shirt. Maybe you got some bad detergent here. Sorry, I keep itching up there, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I got the dry heaves in here or something. Okay. That's it for that one, gang. Thanks a lot. Let's move it on here forward with, there they are. Everybody's favorite. How do you not keep on supporting these guys? We should all be owning Rays jerseys, Rays hats, everything Rays. I mean, these guys are paying the bills right now. I mean, I hope you guys have been on them here. I know we've all been rolling with them a little bit. It's almost like too good to be true. But, Patrick Corbin's actually done. I got they're playing the Maple Leafs. Oh, God. What was I thinking last night when I put that together? The Rays and the Maple. I mean, I can't do the how can I do the you can call me Ray or you can call me Jay if you got Maple Leafs up there. All right. Corbin here at 3.6 ERA, 1-1 record coming in. McClanahan. Last night or yesterday morning, I said, you look at Skubal gets injured, you got a guy like Rasmussen here. He might be a dark horse for the Cy Young Award. Well, how about McClanahan? 2.59 ERA, 4-2 record, 107 the whip. He's pretty tough too. And man, this Tampa team, they got off to a fast start yesterday. And we're here's the one thing we're starting to. The line's catching up a little bit now. It is Patrick Corbin Day, so maybe that's part of it too. But you do have McClanahan here with pretty solid numbers, obviously, striking out 24% of the hitters with just 10% walks. Really doesn't give up many home runs at all. Corbin, whip 1.27. He also keeps control in there, 7.3% walk rate and giving up less than 1 home run per 9 innings. I think Corbin's got some decent surface numbers here. I think he always kind of gets a bad rap. We always want to think he's an all-star, but he's not hot garbage in there either. Tough to go against these Rays, man. Let's see what you got. I mean, is everybody going to be on him, or is the price, like I said, I mean, they're starting to be a favorite here, and Corbin certainly has been decent enough that maybe it's a little bit high. I don't know, but here we go. Let's see. Take the Rays and Texas to go under, says Andrew. Semantic making. I don't know what's going on, but I'll just say it. Jay's here for Robert. Tampa, oh my goodness, Razor, look at this. A 12-1 is a favorite here right now for Tampa Bay. Like I said, is the price getting a little bit too dicey here right now? We haven't won all these games here of late. Total's gone under for Tampa in 12 of their last 16. Wow. Good pitching. They just do everything well. I think everybody agrees Kevin Cash is a pretty terrific coach. Pretty terrific manager. Farley's on the under here. 9 Legacy says the Blue Jays here. Terrell wants McClanahan. But Terrell, he's hanging out with the Golden Girls again. He's got dates with them, I think. All right, I guess we just go back to the well here with the Tampa Bay Rays. Man, it's hard to not want to go with them right now, and I'm going to do it again. Why not? I mean, you just, creature of habit. You go back to what works, right? And I've got to take the Rays here in this one. Give me Tampa Bay again here until further notice, right? man. Raise for Ron. All right, the Tigers here up against the Mets on Tuesday for the Detroit Tigers. In this one, you've got Jack Flaherty. Flaherty coming in here a little bit rugged on the numbers here at this point, 5.56 ERA and an 0-3 record for Flaherty right now. Tigers struggling here once again, but they did get a win last time out. They were able to knock off Kansas City. They did lose that series on the road, but did win 6-3 on Sunday. For the Mets, it's future Tigers starter Peralta here. I'm not making predictions or anything, but should the Mets continue to suck and they blow it up here, I know the Tigers would be interested in Freddie here if they're able to put together a successful season. Right now, I mean, the Tigers aren't doing much. 19-22, they can't win on the road, but that's okay because the Mets can't win, period. Still, Freddie, a 3.11 ERA and a 2-3 record. You know, every time we say the Mets look like they're starting to put it together, they kind of give the games right back here. It feels like of late. Mets are 6-12 at home, but Detroit's 7-16 on the road. Just have two kind of inept teams here right now, maybe with inept offenses as well. Kind of tough here to take the Mets at such a favored price in this one. You know, they haven't been anything real special here. Yeah, Flaherty has not been too good so far, but I don't think anybody's interested in taking the Mets. Are they at $1.50 or so? Let's see what you have here with these two. Flaherty here, striking out 26% of the batters. Peralta, meanwhile, good whip. Less than a 10% walk rate and less than a home run per 9 coming in. Detroit hitting .235 on the road so far this season with .373 slugging. Detroit offensively, they're a gap hitting team. They don't have great power, but they are pretty good. Number one in the league in doubles. Peralta's last 5 starts, 2.22 ERA. He's starting to get pretty solid here. But the Tigers, a good bullpen right now as well. Mets are 11-17 to the under against right-handed starters, and they've gone under here in 8 of their last 9 overall. I'm going to take the under in this one with the Tigers and the Mets here in this one. Give me the under. Give me the under with these two. Let's see what the chat has to say. Hello to Sniz in the chat. Great job. Felt bad. Sniz he was ready to keep it going last night. It probably should have popped on the air with him there. Everyone's starting to get a little bit late. I know you guys. Did you guys really go from Cleveland to, or are you more in? I don't want to say the wrong thing here. That's a long way to go. The Razor must have made it worth your while. And, oh, man, wasn't it cool to see Razor's set up there with the man cave there in the garage with you see how if you drew back the curtain a little bit, you see it there, you walk in, and on the right is the studio there, right, with the wall and the bottles, with the famous studio that we've seen for Razor, and looking forward the way he does, and his monitors there. It pulled back the cloth a little bit there on the Wizard. All right, Andrew says the Tigers made Bello look good and made Peralta look. Maybe they make Peralta look good. 9 Legacy says Mets on the run line. Are these guys hanging out in the garage right now next to each other? We might bring them on the air here. Watch out. Farley says Peralta to go over his 16.5 outs. Roberts on the Tigers here. Or maybe he's on the Tigres. Maybe he's playing some Mexican football. Robert on the over here as well. Dylon back on the Rays on that other game. And Andrew, we're going to roll on this one. Ron says, no, thank you. Who was the darts champion last night there? Hey, wasn't it cool? We have the gaming there. I don't know what Sniz was talking about, if they're going out golfing or maybe Sniz is doing. Are we gonna have a virtual golf tour or something going on? I know that there's a whole ecosystem, right, of people who play virtual golf and tournaments and everything from their garages and everything. Maybe that should be one of the things that we do on the gaming network there. And Nasty Nate says he's got some ladies in Vegas from Wisconsin. What's going on here, Nate? Hey, count me in. Do they like daddies? Okay, I better watch out. All right, give me the under there with the Tigers and the Mets. Next up, Cubs and Braves. Whoa, we've got a good series here, everybody, huh? With the Cubs and the Braves here this week. Man, the Cubs have lost a couple in a row here. What's going on? Yeah, the Cubs lost that series to Texas on the road. They haven't scored in 2 games. Lost 6-0 and 3-0. Braves come in here having won the series against the Dodgers. Look out. Back-to-back 7-2 wins for the Braves here. They're heating up. Yeah, they're $1. Are they only $1.15? The line, the move is on the Cubs here. 15-cent move here, maybe. I'm going to have to change this shirt, gang. 15-cent move here in this one with the Braves. I think that's got me interested here. I'm going to take the Braves. Did we even break it down? Give me the Braves here at $1.15 right now. Hey, look, Colin Ray so far, 4.02 ERA, 4-1 record. Grant Holmes, 4.33 ERA, 2-1 record. Seems like these pitchers are a little bit better than those ERAs, although Holmes has a 1.31 whip coming in. Colin Ray, 1.37. So maybe these guys aren't as solid as they maybe as they should be, or maybe as I perceive them anyway in this one. But let's see how you guys have it here with this great series here this week. Oh, man, what a good one between the Cubs and the Braves here. Atlanta at home. I think it's close, but Cubs still. Look, they've won 10 of their last 12. We might get the numbers here from Razor. I mean, they're playing pretty good. Atlanta's gone under in 4 of their last 5. This matchup has gone under in 5 straight. I actually think Ray and Holmes will pitch better than their records indicate here in this one. Yeah, the total, is 9. I think 9 under 20. I'm going to go with the Braves here at $1.15. Just beat the Dodgers in 2 games in a row. The Cubs did lose a couple of games. I'm going to try the Braves here. Let's see what the chat says. Robert's on the Braves. Farley's on the Braves. 9 Legacy's on the Braves on the run line. Okay. Robert here going under. Hot Shot in the chat. Look at Hot Shot. I don't know what these are, but what is this? Oh, that's Mario. That's Mario. Okay. Under for Ron with me. And Terrell, why isn't there a prop for left on base? I think we need to open our own sports book. That should be a line. All right, I guess that's it there. I'll take the Braves. All right, the Padres are on the road here, taking on the Brewers. Oh, boy. Matt Waldron goes for San Diego, 7.71 ERA, 1-1 record for the only knuckleballer in the major leagues, but that thing ain't dancing. Padres, though, getting together here, 1-2 in a row. Had a good series there against St. Louis to win the series. Milwaukee comes in here on a 4-game winning streak, and it was a pretty good weekend for Milwaukee, sweeping the New York Yankees for their 4th straight win there, a back-to-back 4-3 home victories. They outscored the Yankees 14-6 in this series. I think the Padres are probably up against it for once in this one. With even with Brandon Sproat here, 5.87 ERA, 0-2 record. He's looking for his first win right now. But the Brewers have a lot of momentum here going. Yeah, Padres have a couple wins in a row there over the Cards at home, but hitting the road here right now and down to $1.25. I'm going to take the Brewers against my Padres here tonight. But, man, look at these 2 pitchers. Total here is 8.5 over here, but I might need a premium somewhere. So I'm going to take the Brewers here. We might look to go over in this one tonight with Waldron. Hopefully the Padres, they're going to be coming up here I think it's in 3 days. They're going to be, I believe they'll be ready to go. They're going to, they've already signed, what's his, Lucas Giolito, and they're going to end up going with Giolito here in about 3 days. So this might be, I don't know if Waldron is the odd man out here, might stay with the club, but I think Lucas Giolito is probably going to end up being called up here for the Padres. He's actually just in rehab outings right now. He's not in the minor leagues, toiling away. He's just working his way into shape, and I expect Giolito will come to the Padres rotation here shortly. So in the meantime, you got Waldron here kind of getting racked up a little bit right now, and just the knuckleballer ain't knuckling. Padres struggling, man, offensively. 28th in batting average right now, 28th in on-base percentage, last in the league in hits. They're terrible against starting pitching. They do better against the relievers right now. Brewers money line for Farley here. I'm going to take the Brujas. So is Robert. So is Nine Legacy. Everybody's on the Brewers here in this one, and so am I. Ron also with the Brewers. I think they know. Hey, if I'm not on the Padres, I'm going with the Brewers here in this one. All right, the Royals are on the road. The Royals are a road favorite here with Stephen Kolek. What's going on? Is it Stephen Kolek or is it Brett Saberhagen? Favored on the road against these White Sox. Now, Kolek just had one start, I believe, coming in. So I don't know what's going on here. I mean, and look, I know the White Sox are, not a great. They're 19-21. They're better, have a half a game better record than the Royals coming in. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me here necessarily. I guess the perception is the Royals should be a better team than the White Sox. The reality is right now I don't think they are. I don't, I'm not putting the White Sox ahead of them necessarily, but at home as a dog, Royals are 6-12 on the road so far this season and haven't looked great. These two teams did have a series back in April. They split it in Kansas City. White Sox took a couple of games in that series. Remember, that was the one where there were 3 consecutive 2-0 games. So, where this one's probably headed, I'm taking the under in this one. Maybe, just maybe, the White Sox should be a good pick at home here. What do you guys think? I don't know if I would not. I don't know if I can lay the Royals on the road as a favorite here. That's for sure. Betty's numbers, I think, are decent. Chicago's 5-1, their last 6 here at home overall. Royals have gone under in 6 of their last 7. White Sox have gone under in 6 of their last 8. Both teams kind of trend under here. Despite these shaky bullpens, Kansas City's 4-14 to the under on the road. So go ahead and give me the under in this one, and I might find my way to Chicago here. I can't trust the Royals here on the road like this, are they? Okay, here we go. Youth Crew Dre is joining us here in the chat with some applause from Kick. I never see any sports comments from the Kick people, I'll tell you that, though. 9 Legacy, White Sox money line all day. Farley's on the under here. Terrell says, give me the Sox on the run line. Why not? Ron says White Sox money line at plus money. I think the White Sox got to be a pretty good play here as a dog. I'll take the under, but only because it's 9.5 here. 9.5. All right. Can't wait to get this shirt off. All right, let's see here. We move on. Marlins, Twins. Yuri Perez on the bump here for the Marlins, 5.01 ERA. For the Twins here, Bailey Ober, 4.18 ERA, 3-2 record. Perez has a 1.43 whip coming in for Ober, a 1.19 whip. The surface numbers might be okay here for Ober and the Twins here in this one, but I don't know. I kind of want to try the Marlins here today. I feel like there's some volatility coming in this game here, possibly. The Marlins have been bad on the road, but they did win a couple games at home against Washington to take the series. That's nothing special, but Twins have been reeling here a little bit. They did win the series, though, against Cleveland on the road. Give them credit. Back-to-back wins there, and maybe Ober's a better pitcher overall, but man, I just not sure I'm trusting the Twins here in this role. Marlins will do it to you. They got speed, man. That top of the order, everyone's talking about them right now. Edwards, Lopez, and Hicks. Is this the best top three in baseball right now? You got Xavier Edwards, 322 average. You got Otto Lopez in there, 344 average, and Liam Hicks, 308. All batting in front of my man Stowers in there. The young hitters, Casey and Marcy, they're not necessarily. It's these three right now. I mean, I challenged to find any team with these type of hitters at the top of the lineup, and I'm really impressed with the Marlins here right now. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them here on the road in this one. Catch the Twins napping here maybe a little bit. Give me the Marlins in this one over the Twins. Let's see what the chat has to say here. I don't think Minnesota has necessarily a better projected offensive edge over the top of this lineup right now. They do have some guys definitely performing here. Buxton is having a terrific season so far with his 13 home runs, but note only 21 RBIs so far. Ryan Jeffers is doing well, but let's see how you guys have this one. Both teams have leaned over here, it feels like, for the most part. These are two of the better over teams combined here, 47 and 30 to the over. Miami's 10 and 3 to the over on the road. Minnesota's 7 and 3 to the over as a favorite here. Minnesota's got a bullpen of 5.55 and probably going to see some runs. I really think this Miami offense is unheralded and underrated at this point. Robert went with the first 5 White Sox there in that other game. Twinkies to smash says 9 legacy, though. Farley likes the over. Robert likes the over here in this one, and Ron likes the over. So I'm going to mark that down here. Maybe a little bit of over action. Like I said, I'm selling you on the over. I know the Sharps are going to be on the under here in this one, but I don't know if I can do it necessarily. Miami, it's only batting 234 on the road and 358 slugging, but that top of that lineup, Minnesota has a 337 on base percentage at home, and Perez's road ERA is not pretty, but I'm going to take this. I got this Miami offense here to do something. Over's been okay at home as well. I'm going a little bit contrarian here in this one. Mariners on the road. Brian Wu goes here for Seattle. Wu, 4.02 ERA, 2-2 record coming in, a 1.0 whip. Tatsura Imai goes in this one. Imai decides to come on back and try it again here. 7.26 ERA and a 1-0 record here right now. But Mariners a pretty big favorite here, but they're not overwhelming here against Houston. Houston, 16 and 26, but don't forget, it's hard to think that Houston, this offense, it's still the top 5 offense here, it feels like right now. 3rd in batting average, 5th in OBP, 2nd in hits here right now, 5th in home runs. So it's the pitching that's been a little bit weak, of course. Seattle's offense has not been anything special. We know that. 27th in average here right now, 23rd in runs. home run or nothing kind of philosophy here for Seattle. That price looks a little bit high at $1.55. And, the Astros on the run line at home, it's not too bad here at plus 1.5 at minus 130. I'm going to take the Astros on the run line here at home against Seattle. Seattle has not been able to put it in gear just yet. They're trying to find their stride. Did have lost 2 of their last 3 games coming in. Houston won yesterday, or Seattle won yesterday's game 3-1 as Houston couldn't get it going. Seattle has owned the series of late. Make no mistake, Seattle has won right now 6. Let me see here. I think I have it here. 8 straight games against Houston. So I'll better take the run line here right now. Houston just 2-9 in their last 11 games at home, but it's been because of the pitching here. And look, Imai is not a great option here at this point. He's voiced his concerns here coming over to the major leagues, but you know what? They brought him over here. He probably is going to improve on this. I just think that this number is a little bit high. Again, Houston's offense has to be trusted a little bit here moving forward. That I don't think it's a fluke or anything. With these Houston hitters, I mean, Alvarez still 13 home runs already. Paredes and Walker starting to get going here right now. So I'll just take Houston on the run line in this one. Ron's going to the game today. Enjoy, Ron. Robert's on the over here. Farley's on the under. Cardinals and Athletics here in this one. You've got the A's here with Springs, $1.50 here in this one, maybe even a little higher. Now look, Jeffrey Springs, 3.89 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, pretty good, yeah, for sure. But look, the Cardinals are 23-7. This is one of the better games on the card here. Cards 23-17. Really have done a really good job this season. Now Palante 4.33 ERA coming in a 3-3 record. So yeah, Springs is probably the better option here, but see a $1.50 option here against Palante. The Cardinals are one of the best road teams in the league right now. 13-7 overall. They're 22-16 as an underdog. You think of the Cardinals here right now and their record 23-17 this season. The Cardinals are 22. They've been here's a team that's 23-16, and they've been an underdog twice. They've been a favorite twice this season. 23-17, and they've been an underdog every time but twice this season. So that's hard. I'm going to take the Cardinals here in this one. Totally an underrated team this season. Yeah, the A's have, like I said, I've been touting the A's here in their workup to coming to Vegas. They're getting better every time. And they did win the series on the road against Baltimore, but I just think this price is too high. I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals here in this one. Just saw Yannick Sinner roll to victory here, covered the game spread, I believe. Couldn't send it out as a premium. They did cover the game spread by half a game at 6.5 there right now. Wow, so here Darderi gonna beat Zverev here. It looks like right now he's up 4-0 in this third set. Coming up here momentarily, it's going to be Rublev and Basilashvili, and then Medjedovic against Martin Landelus. Man, he's done a good job, Landelus, here after that upset. And the big match comes up today in Rome at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific with Coco Gauff against Mira Andreeva. That should be a good one. Okay, let's see right now. Do we have any more picks in this one here? Astros 4, 9 Legacy. And 9 Legacy's Cardinals 23-17. Yeah, favorite only twice. Farley here, Cards money line. Roberts on the under. All right, I guess this is it for the major leagues. Man, we've done a nice job here on the morning steam. We've got the Giants on the road taking on the Dodgers. Adrian Hauser has a 6.19 ERA, 0-4 record here. But hey, who won yesterday? The Giants. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are on a 3-game losing streak. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 3.09 ERA, 3-2 record coming in, but the Dodgers are $3 favorites in this one. What? Yeah, Yamamoto should be much better here than Hauser coming in. Hauser, a 1.54 whip. Giants are 7-12 on the road and 10-15 as an underdog this season. Dodgers still. I don't think they're playing at a $3 pace here at this point. This is a rivalry game. Don't forget. And man, I have trouble here. Maybe the Dodgers should win this game. They should crush them here. Come on, let's get real. Giants are 7-16 to the under this season right now. That offense for the Giants not great. We know that. 29th in home runs so far this season, but hey, they've hit those triples in the gaps like they do at home. But Dodgers here. Second in batting, second in OBP, fifth in runs, third in hits, third in home runs. Still got a bigger try to, take these guys right now. So see what you have here in this one. I might just work my way to a total here, I guess, with this big spread here between these two. For Hauser here, he's given up 1.73 home runs per 9 innings. Yamamoto, a 1.01 whip coming in. Making fun of the Giants hitting, but they are a 257 in night games. That is better than the Dodgers' home batting average so far this season. The Giants' bullpen's been okay on the road this season. Giants are 8-4 on the run line as a run line dog. Oh man! All right, let's go to the chat in this final game of the card. I better go with the chat here first. Could just lay the Dodgers here, but that's a high price, isn't it? Game snuck over yesterday, but okay. Farley, Dodgers team total over. All right. I'm going with the under in this one. I'm not going against Farley, but I'm going with the under with the Giants and the Dodgers. Really want to just take the Dodgers here, but on the run line, but it seems like a bit of a cop out, and the price isn't great, obviously, at -1.5 at 175 or what is it? That's not bad. Actually, some books are just like the Skeens game. Some books are showing 2.5 as the main line here. All right, the 9 Legacy likes the Dodgers on the run line. And Andrew says, Mira, good form, but hasn't won a set versus Coco. And not only that, Coco is usually, in Rome she gets to the next round. I mean, in Rome she always gets to the semifinals. So, look, I love Mira. Coco just takes care of business a lot of times here. She loves it in Rome. That's it for baseball, man. Oh man, we got all of you in here tonight, and I want to just keep it going, but I've got to go to the W right now. Sorry about that noise there, you guys. We got to go to the W here for our 3-game card, and let's take a look. We've got a sample on every team right now, at least here coming in, right? So let's take a look here with the Atlanta Dream on the road, 2.5-point favorite. Total here, 182 in this one. And, after seeing what we saw so far, you got to think that both teams could get in the 90s. Possibly here in this one. Dream favored, and look, the Dream are highly touted this season, after acquiring Reese here right now. And the perception is that they are the more complete team, and maybe the market is still a little light on them despite their ATS form dating back to last year. Remember, Atlanta was one of the hottest spread teams in the league in the second half of the season, particularly on the road. Also, the Dream have covered 5 of the last 6 meetings against Dallas overall. The Dream are, pretty much in a lot of people's top 5 here at this point. And we'll see what you guys think. But Dallas did win and cover its opener. The Wings still have been a poor team defensively, long term overall over the last season, basically. But offensively, both teams have enough pace and scoring punch, I would think, to punch this one up into the 190. One high 180s here in this one. After what we saw in that first matchup, Dallas did win over Indiana on the road, 107-104, impressively. Leaves you thinking about what the deal is with Indiana. For Atlanta here, they won 91-90 at Minnesota as a 5.5 point favorite. Minnesota actually got the money in that game. So I'm going to go over in this one. Hard not to want to think this one goes over here between Atlanta and Dallas here. Let me go to the chat, see if you guys are playing the W with me here tonight. Let's see, Dream on the spread for 9 Legacy. Robert's going to take the Dream here as well. And 2.5, this total has gone up, not much value in it, to say the least, despite the fact that both teams did go over. But the total has moved a clear 4 points so far. All right, next up. Well, you do have the Liberty here taking on the Portland Fire, the expansion team. And look, so far so good for the Liberty, man. I mean, they've got all these injuries. It's all anybody can talk about is all the massive injuries here for the New York Liberty, but didn't seem to bother them here in these first 2 games overall. Yes, the Liberty here. Ionescu, she's still out with a foot injury. Satu Sabali, she's out right now. Rebecca Allen is out here. They're actually starting to get a little bit healthier here for Portland. Suge Sutton is questionable, and Carly Samuelson still not ready to go quite yet for the expansion team. I do have them rated as the worst team in the league. We still, never know with an expansion team but you wonder if the build on these teams. Now, Toronto, I do actually have ahead of a couple of other teams here, the other expansion team, but right now I have Portland on the bottom here currently. So, look, trying to find a spot for the Fire here, but I don't think it's going to happen here today, even with a 12.5 point spread overall. Portland lost that first game 98-83 to a Chicago team that has to be ranked among the bottom 5 teams anyway. I think I have Toronto just behind Chicago, and it's close. So it's up to 13. It's not 13.5, it's 13. And I'm going to take the Liberty here again in this one. This one's a little bit tougher. I mean, obviously they're way out here on the road right now. They did beat Washington in the opener. I had actually, or not in the opener, but their second game. They're right now. New York is 2-0. They beat up on Connecticut. If you want to consider a similar game, right? They were favored by 10 over Connecticut at home in that one, but still they've got an easy cover. Now, last game I was on Washington plus 5.5. New York still did win by 5, but did not cover the spread. Still give me the Liberty in this one, minus 13. Let's see what we got with the Fire here, but I'm going to take the Liberty again at this point. This one, just got to go against the Fire right now. Youth Crew Dre is back. hey, Youth Crew Dre, who do you like in the Liberty and Portland Fire game? That's my question for you. Ron Borkwin's on the Liberty here. 9 Legacy says Liberty. Robert's on the Liberty. I think everyone's going to be taking the Liberty. Robert is on the over, and Stop Geo stopped by. Hello, Stop Geo. One more on the card, and that's it here on the Morning Steam. Hey, be sure to join us here today for BB MMA Picks. It's actually going to be on tape delay, I believe, here on the network today. This week's guest will be Mr. Blonde. Will be our guest today here on BB MMA Picks. I'll get you that information in just a moment. Lynx and Mercury here in this one. You've got the Mercury favored by 4, total 170 here. Look, the Lynx were pretty strong here last year, but Phoenix to me is one of the most underrated teams so far, or I think they're going to be underrated this year. They did lose their second game of the season. They won their opener, of course, against the Aces. And then they were up against a good old Golden State team there, who I think is pretty darn good. So, but here against Minnesota, Minnesota did cover the spread in their first game there against Atlanta. So you got to give them credit for that. But I'm taking the Mercury, I think, here in this one at home, laying 4 points against Minnesota right now. Phoenix, Minnesota's struggled there a little bit towards the end of last season. Phoenix, meanwhile, they've covered 5 of the last 6 home meetings against Minnesota overall. I think the Mercury, this current Mercury group, will match up pretty well against Minnesota. They run a pretty standard half-court thing. They're not a real fast team for sure, but Minnesota does have the better feels like better overall program coming in. But remember, these two teams played in that playoff series late last season, I say late last season, but that playoff series. And remember, Minnesota just ran into Phoenix there before Phoenix ended up losing to the Aces. So Phoenix ended up pretty strong and won those last 3 games in the postseason against Minnesota. Pretty much ran them out of the building there in Phoenix at the end of last year. So I think Phoenix has a little bit of edge on them as far as that is concerned. I think the total here, I maybe lean under with these two. Remember, Phoenix was going over in all those games. When these two teams played those playoff series, the last game was 167. Before that, it was 160, snuck over, and then 172 went over 160. So 3 straight overs to end that playoff series last year. And the final 2 games of the playoffs between the two teams were in Phoenix. Phoenix won and covered them both. Ironically, they were 4-point favorites in the next to last game, and they won it 84-76 there in that one. So I think Phoenix has their number a little bit here. Phoenix's offense at home was looking pretty good last year, and they might be that same again. Let's see if the chat has anything here in the final game, but I'm taking the Mercury to do it again. You could say this is playoff revenge for Minnesota. Links on the spread here for 9 Legacy. Roberts going under, though, and that's the morning steam. Thank you, everybody. Just moments ago, it was Darderi winning there at home and gets the victory over Sasha Zverev there. So won the last set there, 6-0. That tiebreaker in the second set, he won 10-8 after losing the first set. Wow. All right, that's it for the Morning Steam Show. Thank you very much for joining me here. We're going to do a drawing, but hey, you can get more picks from me today when you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. Got more premium picks for you here. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. These plays come out 30 to 60 minutes before game time. I'm here with you in the morning trying to make some picks, trying to pick some winners, but I do get a little bit more information just like anybody, and I've got more picks for you at a relatively cheap price, just 41 cents a day to support me here on the channel and get some more great picks from me. Like I said, we got some more picks coming up here. I got a pick in tennis coming up right now. There's a match starting in 5 minutes. If you go over to winnable.com/Ramon and subscribe, you'll get that winner here right now. I feel good about it. So head on over there. Why not support me here on the channel? One day Razor and Mike are going to pay me tens of dollars to do this show. But until then, I really appreciate your support, and it keeps me coming back here every morning to the Morning Steam show. So please consider subscribing for 41 cents a day to my Winnable. You hear the guys talk about it overall, and Mikey's going to tell you all about it right now.
Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here, and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Whoa! Let's do the drawing here. If I can fix the... there we go. Woo! There we go. Let's see who's going to win 1 month of the plays from me. And we did have some other winners here yesterday with my premium picks. Although I did lose my Chinese basketball playoff game this morning. That made me mad. But we had the Mariners Astros under for a premium pick winner yesterday. And we had some winners over in the Italian Open yesterday for sure, including on the men's side. I had Pellegrino over Tiafoe yesterday. So, all right, let's see here. Let's do the drawing. So this everybody just wants to win. Nobody wants to play. Okay, here we go. We got Andrew, we got Blake, we got Razor, we've got Ron Borquin, we've got Youth Crew Dre. The winner is Terrell. Wins there, my man. Thank you, Terrell, for everything you do for us in the chat. Really appreciate you. That's going to do it here for the Morning Steam show. Be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Make sure you join us here today. Like I said, we're going to have our guest here this week on BB. We tried to get a special guest this week, but couldn't quite pin our special guest down. So we ended up with Mr. Blonde as our analyst here this week with BB MMA Picks. I believe the show will be on tape delay here actually this week. I think we couldn't get Mr. Blonde, and I think the programming runs up against one another. I'm seeing here. It will be at no, we will have it actually at I think we'll be live here. We might be on tape delay if we got a live stream here today, but Mr. Blonde will be our guest. All right. It's going to do it here. We're back tomorrow. Thanks a lot, everybody in the chat. Great job. Have a great... Oh, Terrell. Did we miss another game in there, Terrell? Oh, my goodness. Oh, geez. Terrell, I'm glad you're all over it. Let me put a graphic on it. We're done here. Arizona is my pick, by the way, in that game. Thank you, Terrell. Sorry about that. Apologies to everyone. I'm on Arizona as an underdog there. I do have it marked down here. We're not going to go back and put a graphic in there. Let's just call it another mistake by Ramon here. I'm lucky I got a space here after everybody. I mean, go ahead and piss everybody off on the channel. I'm lucky I'm still here on the channel, I guess. So, all right, it's going to do it here for the show. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks and that one on the money line with Zach Gallen over Gore there. So Robert's on the under there. Now we got one more to go. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hopefully we stay friends with everybody here on the channel. It's going to do it here for the Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.